Hey, hello there guys, my name is Anthony and welcome to the summary video of the first 25 episodes of Loot from 1000. In this video I will take you through the whole journey so far and we will talk about the statistics of the episodes. At the end, there will be a price tag of my total bank to see how much the account is worth. There is one quick note before I start. This video is going to be full of spoilers. If you haven't seen the series yet or missed a few episodes that you want to see first, then click on the link in the video or in the description. If you don't want to see the other episodes but you just want to catch up, then feel free to keep watching. Alright then, Loot from 1000. I started the series on April the 17th, which is about half a year ago, and I've been enjoying it ever since. In case you've forgotten what the series is about exactly, I will tell you the rules. Basically, the goal is to do 1000 things every episode. This could be monster killing, a certain amount of pickpockets, and many other things. I start an account from scratch, I complete the Stronghold of Security to obtain my first 10k gold, and I invest this in gear and food to prepare for the first challenge, 1000 goblins. Now after killing 1000 goblins and picking up every single loot, including the bones, I've trained my combat stats and I've made money. With this money I can buy new and stronger gear to prepare for the next episode, and so on. So now that you know more about the rules, I guess it's time to go to the first episode, Goblins. My account had no stats at all, so I got myself 10,000 gold from the Stronghold, I bought myself full iron with some scimitars and food, and I started killing goblins. It took me 8 hours to kill them, and in total I made 198k gold. The most interesting loot was easy clue scrolls. I ended up with a combat level of 25 after training attack, defense and range to 20, and strength and HP to 25. Episode 2, Thugs. It was time to invest my money in new items to prepare for the next 1000 kills. I bought myself some mithril armor and better weapons, a glory hammy, and not to forget, an imbued ring of wealth. Thugs are located in the wilderness, so with this ring I'd have a double chance of receiving easy clue scrolls. I killed 1000 of them in 10 hours and I made a whopping 861k. Once again, the most interesting loot was easy clue scrolls. I made more than half of my money with it, and I ended up with a combat level of 43, with 40 attack and strength, 30 defense and 38 HP. Episode 3, Chaos Druids. This monster is often killed in Runescape because of its great herb drops, so I decided to give it a try. I made 569k, it took me 10 hours, and maybe interesting to know, I received 41 Renner weeds. I focused on my range level in this episode and I got it from 20 to 48. My hit points got from 38 to 44 and I got one combat level from 43 to 44 as well. Episode 4, Hill Giants. Hill Giants are one of the most, if not the most popular monster in free-to-play worlds. They always drop big bones and have very interesting loots such as limpet roots and nature runes. I made 628k gold in 8 hours and the most interesting loots was simple, big bones. I trained a lot of stats in this episode such as attack from 40 to 45, strength from 40 to 50, defense from 30 to 40, range from 48 to 50, magic from 1 to 33 and hit points from 44 to 50. Last but not least, I trained 9 combat levels from 44 to 53, so I really made some gains in this episode. Episode 5, Slayer Kills. At this point I decided to introduce something new in the series. A lot of interesting monsters require a certain Slayer level to kill, so I came up with the idea to include Slayer kills on every 5th episode to keep up with this skill. This means that in every Slayer episode I complete Slayer tasks until I reach 1000 kills in total. In this first Slayer episode I trained the skill from 1 to 40 and it took me 11 hours to complete. I made 643k in total and once again I trained many combat stats. I got my attack from 45 to 50, strength from 50 to 53, defense from 40 to 50, magic from 33 to 42, hit points from 50 to 54 and combat from 53 to 59. The most interesting drop I got was a Black Elegant Blues from my medium clue scroll. Episode 6, Harpy Bug Swarms. I couldn't have made this episode if I didn't train Slayer, because these creatures require level 33 in the skill. In general the monster is very easy to kill. It took me 6 hours to finish the video and I made 352k gold. At the beginning of the episode I decided to invest my money in prayer to get it to level 43. I as well trained my hit points from 54 to 56, strength from 53 to 58, fire making from 1 to 33 to be able to build a bug lantern, and 7 combat levels from 59 to 66. The most interesting loots were in my opinion 675 chaos runes. Episode 7, Ham Members and Ham Guards. This episode was a little bit different than the usual ones. Instead of killing 1000 monsters, I decided to use thieving to pickpocket 1000 monsters. But that is not all. I included not one, but two different monsters in this episode, which basically means the loot for 1000 is a lie. Just joking. It took me 13 hours to do, I made 1.4 mil and 33k, and the most interesting loot was an iron plate body G from an easy clue that I got. I got 1 strength level to 59, I trained my thieving from 1 to 42, got my crafting and smithing to level 6 and trained agility to 23. As well, I completed a few quests: Dorex quest, Room Mysteries, Goblin Diplomacy, Plague City, the Lost Tribe, and Death to the Dervishin to have access to the Ham's storerooms. Episode 8, Fire Giants. Yep, it was a lot of fun killing 1000 fire giants. It took me about 15 hours and I made 1.1 mil and 50k. I trained my range from 50 to 64, magic from 42 to 57, hit points from 58 to 62, and combat from 66 to 68. The most interesting loots: 11 rune scimitars and 2 rune square shields. Episode 9, Tzhaar-Ket. Once again, I decided to focus on range and magic, since these creatures are very easy to safe spot. I invested in stronger ranging gear and I bought new runes to train magic. It took me 20 hours to kill 1000 Tzhaar-Kets. I made 1.5 mil and 23k, and I got 16k total, and I trained the following stats: range from 64 to 72, magic from 57 to 63, hit points from 62 to 66, and combat from 68 to 69. The Tzhaars don't drop many items, but of course the interesting ones were the obby capes, shields, and mauls. Episode 10, Slayer kills. It was time for the second Slayer episode. At the beginning of the episode I bought myself a black mask, which helped speed up the kills. I invested some money in prayer as well to get it to level 50. In 8 hours time I made 413k, which wasn't too great, but of course we must not forget that I made a lot of experience gains. Slayer from 40 to 49, prayer from 43 to 50, attack from 50 to 60, strength from 59 to 60, defense from 50 to 52, hit points from 66 to 68, crafting from 6 to 31, and woodcutting from 1 to 36. My combat level raised from 69 to 75. Episode 11, Mammoths. Not many people know much about the mammoths in the wilderness. They are great monsters to train range and magic on and drop medium clue scrolls. With the use of my imbued ring of wealth I managed to get 20 clue scrolls in 1000 kills. It took me 20 hours to complete it, and in total I made 2.1 mil and 16k gold. I trained my range from 72 to 76, magic from 63 to 67, hit points from 68 to 70, and I did not raise a combat level. I got many good drops, but the one worth mentioning is the amount of prayer pot drops, 51. Unfortunately they only have 1 dose each. Episode 12, Cockatrice. This creature is commonly farmed because of his medium clue drops and limbered roots. The only problem for me is they are not located close to a bank, and since I always pick up every single loot, that is a pain. So I decided to complete quests until the access of fairy rings to make it all easier. In 8 hours I made 2.4 mil and 40k, I trained my defense from 52 to 60, hit points from 70 to 71, fishing from 1 to 24, and combat from level 75 to 78. I as well completed 3 quests: the Sea Slug, Nature Spirits, and Fairy Tale Part 1. My best loot in this episode: holy sandals from a medium clue. I sold them for a whopping 1.3 mil. Episode 13, Pyre Fiends. Once again a monster that requires Slayer to kill. I had so much money left from the previous episode that I decided to invest in a blowpipe. It was quite expensive, but the results were amazing. I finished the episode in 4 hours only, and I only made 508k, which was unfortunate, but I really didn't care at that point. I trained hit points from 71 to 72, I got range from 76 to 77, fletching from 1 to 9, crafting from 32 to 33, I did not get a combat level, and I completed 1 quest, Animal Magnetism. The best loot I got was 8 Morton teleport scrolls from a medium clue. Episode 14, Ice Warriors. This NPC is very popular because of the frequent medium clue drops in the wilderness. I wanted to test my luck on clues, so I decided to kill this monster with range. However, this time not with blowpipe. In 14 hours of time I made 2.4 mil and 40k and received 21 medium clue scrolls. I got holy sandals again, just like in episode 11. I trained my range from 77 to 79 and hit points from 72 to 73, and I did not get any combat level. Episode 15, Slayer Kills. Every 5 episodes I do a Slayer one, so here we are again. I invested my money in some dragon gear, including a dragon scimitar. It took me 12 hours to complete all the kills and I made 2.2 mil and 53k. I've trained a lot of skills in this episode and I will explain you why. Since my combat level was high enough to receive tasks from Tzhaar, it was most likely I would get to kill monsters that drop hard clue scrolls. I decided to complete every single clue I got, no matter what the requirement was. So here are the skills I trained, but be prepared, it's a very long list. Attack from 60 to 64, Strength from 60 to 65, Defense from 60 to 62, Range from 79 to 80, Prayer from 50 to 60, Agility from 31 to 52, Herblore from 1 to 37, Thieving from 42 to 44, Crafting from 33 to 42, Fletching from 9 to 30, Slayer from 49 to 57, Mining from 23 to 50, Smithing from 6 to 45, Fishing from 24 to 63, Cooking from 1 to 62, Firemaking from 33 to 42, Woodcutting from 46 to 50, and Farming from 17 to 30, and last but not least, my combat level from 78 to 83. Whoa, that was a lot, but it is not everything. I completed a lot of quests as well. I did the Dig Side, Waterfall Quest, Family Crest, Shield of Arav, Underground Pass, Dragon Slayer, Heroes Quest, Tab Plateau, Troll Stronghold, Temple of Ikov, Fremenic Trails, Creature of Frankenstrain, One Small Favor, Zoger Flash Eaters, Fishing Contest, The Giant Dwarf, Forgettable Tale, Tourist Trap, Agelin's Little Helper, Horror from the Deep, Garden of Tranquility, Watchtower, Throne of Miscellanea, Royal Trouble, Edgar's Ruse, Shades of Morton, Swan Song, and Regicide. And oh yeah, one drop worth mentioning, I got a medium clue with Wizard Boots and an Armadillo Page 2 reward. Alright, that is everything for episode 15, I promise. Let's move on now. Episode 16, Green Dragons. This monster is one of the best monsters to kill for money because of the valuable dragon bones and green dragon hides. It took me 20 hours to kill 1000 green dragons and I made a whopping 6.9 mil and 38k. I trained one attack level to 65, I got my strength from 65 to 68, defense from 62 to 65, hit points from 73 to 75, and combat from 83 to 85. The most valuable drops were obviously the green dragon hides and dragon bones. Episode 17, Hellhounds. This was a very interesting one to do. Hellhounds basically have no drops but bones and heart clue scrolls, and they do have a chance of dropping a smoldering stone, but that chance is very slim. I spent 16 hours on killing 1000 Hellhounds and completing all the clues, and it made me 4.2 mil and 74k. I focused on training magic and I got it from 67 to 74. I got 1 hit points level as well from 75 to 76, and the best loot I got was a Zamorak Page 4, which is sold for 850k. Episode 18, Low Level Cyclops. I decided to go for a Rune Defender in this episode. I killed 1000 Cyclops in 10 hours, but I needed enough tokens to kill them as well, and that took me another 2 hours. In total I made 851k, and I trained my attack from 65 to 70, strength from 68 to 70, 1 hit points level to 77, and 3 combat levels to 88. The drops worth mentioning, I got 21 defenders, everything up to rune, and I got the rune 1 14 times. Episode 19, Elder Chaos Druids. A long time ago, way back in the series, I killed 1000 Chaos Druids. In the wilderness you can find their older brothers, the Elder Chaos Druids. They kind of have the same drops, but just more at once. As well, they drop hard clue scrolls, and normal druids don't drop any clues. It took me 14 hours to kill all the Elder Chaos Druids, and I made 4.6 mil and 13k. I trained 3 attack levels from 70 to 73, 5 defense levels from 65 to 70, 1 hit points level to 78, 1 herblore level to 38, and 2 combat levels to 90. A drop that is worth mentioning, I got a Zemi Page which is sold for 800k, and as well I got 86 Renner Weeds. Episode 20, Slayer Kills. Here we are already guys, episode 20. Only a few more episodes to go and you're totally up to date. All the kills took me 12 hours and in total I made 3.6 mil and 9k gold. I invested in a lot of items in this episode such as a Sarah Sword, full Darok, Virak Helm and Scared, and I got myself a Fire Cape. I trained my crafting from 42 to 55 to make myself a Slayer Helm, I trained attack from 73 to 75, range from 80 to 82, magic from 74 to 75, hit points from 78 to 79, Slayer from 57 to 62, and I got 1 combat level to 91. I got many decent loots in this video, but nothing spectacular. Episode 21, Cave Horrors. The famous Black Mask Dropper. How many can we get in 1000 kills? Well, I got one only. In general, I can be happy though, because I got a samurai page from a clue as well. It took me 10 hours in total to kill them all, and I made 3.8 mil and 45k in total. Before I was able to get to the cave horrors, I needed to complete Rum Deal and Cabin Fever, so I did that first. Funny enough, I only got 1 hit points level and 1 combat level this episode. So basically, like I said, the best drops in this episode are 1 Black Mask and 1 Zemi page. Episode 22, High Level Cyclops. A few episodes ago we killed 1000 low level Cyclops, but of course I was going for their max strength gear, so I still needed a Dragon Defender. I bought myself a Berserker Ring 2 at the beginning of the episode. It took me 15 hours to kill all the Cyclops, including getting the tokens, and I made 2 mil and 16k. I trained my defense from 70 to 75, strength from 70 to 72, hit points from 80 to 81, and combat from 92 to 94. A loot that is worth mentioning, I got 25 rune medium helmets. Episode 23, Aviances. Aviances can be great moneymakers when killed in the wilderness. They drop no to them in bars and have a doubled clue scroll drop rate if using an imbued ring of wealth. I focused on range here. It took me 16 hours to do all the kills, and I made 4.5 mil and 94k. As well, I trained my range from 82 to 84, and I didn't get any combat levels in this episode. Episode 24, Anku. A free-to-play monster, but much more profitable in a member's world. At the start of the episode, I invested my money in 70 prayer and completed King's Ransom and the mini-quests for Chivalry and Piety prayers. Then I completed the Haunted Mind quest as well to get the Salve Amulet. I decided to kill the 1000 Anku in the wilderness to receive double clue scroll drops, and not to forget Dark Fishing Bait. I spent 8 hours on all the kills, and I ended up with 2.2 mil and 12k profit. That is not too bad for such an easy monster. I trained my strength from 72 to 75, and I got a hit points level to 82 as well. I reached a combat level of 96. A very cool drop that I didn't expect was the amount of Dark Fishing Bait I got. In total I got 16.9k, which sold for more than 1 million gold. Episode 25, The Crazy Archaeologist. And then my friends, the last episode I have uploaded so far. Normally you would expect a Slayer episode, but I decided to do something special since it's episode 25. 1000 Crazy Archaeologists took me 40 hours to complete, and I made 14 mil and 370k. I trained my magic from 75 to 82 and 1 hit point level to 83. I'm combat level 97 now, and that is my current status. The Crazy Archaeologist has too many good drops to mention in the video, but if you want to see the loot yourself, then feel free to look up the video. Well then, we have now summarized 25 episodes, but still we are not done. A lot of questions can be asked. For example, how much money did you make in total? How much money did you spend, and what is your current balance? What is your total level? What does your bank look like? How many times did you die? How much time did you spend in total? I will tell you everything, guys. So, all the episodes together I made 64 mil and 849k gold. Remember that this is just turnover. I invested a lot of money as well. On all the episodes I spent 27 mil and 749k gold on supplies and skills. This means that the total value of my account is now 37.1 mil gold. My total level is 1207. I died 12 times in total, and it took me 306 hours to complete everything. I will now show you my complete bank. The future of this series. I have told you everything about the series so far, guys, but I can imagine you want to know what's going to happen next. I have plans for at least 25 more episodes, so we are going to continue with the Loot from 1000 journey. But I have become a full-time streamer now, and I invest a lot of time in that too. So the plan is to upload one loot video per week, but I cannot guarantee I can upload one every week. If I am too busy with the streams or with my real life, I have to skip 1 week, so I'm sorry about that, but I can guarantee you that the series will continue, so there will be videos. Episode 26 is going to be loot from 1000 minutes in Nightmare Zone. This sounds very boring, I know, but it's more interesting than you might think. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, it would be amazing if you could leave a like to show your support for the series. I've spent hundreds of hours to make it so far, and it would be very grateful if you do that. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.